So with the latest data download on Global Dokkan, we did get the category weakness for the up-and-coming Goku Black's EZA event. And while his EZA was definitely a fumble, I don't really think there's any arguing against that. It is still a free 30+ stones, so all of you should still be doing it. So I figured we could go ahead and do the team building guide. Now, thanks to Proton MG for doing, the data download and putting it all together. We can see the category weakness is Goku family. I don't think anyone's going to really struggle with this. Goku family is a pretty good category for most players, but just in case you're new to the game, you don't really know who to throw on the team, don't worry, I got you. In this video, we're going to be going over good leads. We're going to be going over good units just to bring, and because it's Goku family, one of the best categories in the game, there's a lot of even good free-to-play options. So most players, again, should be able to clear through this because, like I said, this is just a very good category. So starting off with some of the best leads you can bring. First off, we do have the STR Goku exchange into Gohan. This guy is a 200%, but the extra 30% goes to Android/Cell Saga, so a lot of Gokus you're going to be bringing might not be under its 200%, but it's an EZA event. You don't really need a 200% lead because, it's, like I said, it's an EZA event. It's not like they're hitting that hard and they're insanely tanky. You could get away with only running a 170% lead, but still, if you have the couple Android/Cell Saga Goku family units, then they will be getting the 200% buff. Now, this guy is really good. He's a stacker. He's getting defense on super. He's got dodge built into his kit as well. He's building up a little right here. So he's going to be doing some solid damage and be putting some work in this EZA event. He does have the exchange into Gohan, like I mentioned. You got to do 3 supers to get it, though. So because it's an EZA event and it's really only going to like turn 5 most of the time, you're probably not going to see this in most of the fights. But if you do get it off, he becomes very, very good. He gets the guard. He gets all the stats if you receive a bunch of attacks as well. He's getting 50% attacking defense on super. He's got the nullification. So this guy's really good. You're just probably not going to see him much in the fight. Because again, to get the Gohan, you've got to do 3 supers. In most like normal content, like, red zone stages, stuff like that, you still struggle to get the exchange into Gohan. So in an EZA event, you're probably not going to see the exchange that often. But still pretty good he has it. Even if you got to throw him on the team, he'll be a pretty good addition. Like I said, he can do some solid damage, and he's definitely tanky enough. I mean, the EZA event isn't really hitting that hard either. And then next up, we do have the Tech Bardock. So it's kind of a double-edged sword with this guy. He's a much better lead than the STR Goku because this guy's 200%, or the extra 30%, I guess, is pure Sans. So literally every Goku is going to get the 200% buff right here. But he's Tech, so he does have type disadvantage during the whole fight. But like I've said 5 times in the video already, doesn't really matter because the event still isn't really hitting that hard. So even type disadvantage, this guy still should be fine. He does also have crits and super effective against all types built into his kit, so his damage, if you get the necessary Rainbow Key Spheres, can still be very good. He's got that Scouter for, I think, the first 5 turns. Yeah, and forces enemy super attack for 5 turns from start of turn. So as long as you have an ally whose name includes Goku on the team, which you're running a Goku family team, you probably will have that. Then you're going to get the Scouter. It's for the first 5 turns, so it's going to be for majority of the fight. So you've got the Scouter, and then also you can get the crits, the super effective against all types. You build up with him, he gets a lot of stats on super. So just a very good unit to bring in here all around. As long as you're getting the crits and all that, he's going to be doing a lot of damage. He does also have the active skill, which you can get starting from turn 3, but you do need 3 or more Team Bardock category allies, so that can be a little tricky to get, I guess. The other condition is that you have to be below 50% HP starting from the 5th turn from start of battle, but that's turn 5, so that's already way too late in the fight, so you're probably not going to get that. But if you bring some other Team Bardock category allies, which I guess isn't that difficult, I mean, if you really go out of your way, you could probably do it. Well, you got LR Bardock, who does have type advantage in here. I don't have him pulled up on the units that I'm going to be talking about, but I guess he can be pretty solid because, again, type advantage. Who else? I guess there's this AGL Bardock. There's also the other Dokkan Fest AGL Bardock. So there are good Team Bardock options, but I don't know if they're as good as some other units you could be bringing. So he could be a solid addition in here. Just the active skill you might not get. And then next up, we do have the LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I'm sure a lot of you have this guy. He has been featured on a lot of really top tier banners, so most of you probably have him with a couple dupes. And if you got him EZA'd, he is giving the 180% to Goku family just across the board. So there's no extra hoops you got to go through, like, the 200% leads to get the extra 30% buff. Just 180% across the board. So it's not as good as 200%, but it's still better than 170%. And, this guy's good. Not really a whole lot to talk about. He can do a good amount of damage if you let him build up a little. He's got the active skill, which you are going to be getting in this fight. It's starting from turn 4. So you will see this in basically every run, at least maybe in some of the later runs, like stage 20 through 30, because then you're actually going to turn 4, 5, and maybe even 6. But yeah, a very good addition. He's going to be a good lead. He's going to be a good unit in here, not only offensively, but also defensively. That's really all there is to say about this guy. I mean, you know, he's going to be good in here, right? And then next up, we do have the Physical God Goku. So Physical God Goku is probably going to be one of the best leads you can bring in here as well. He leads Pure Saiyans and Hybrid Saiyans. So that's basically everyone on Goku family, I guess, except for like Chi-Chi's and like Grandpa Gohan's, right? Because all the Bardoks, all the Gokus are on Pure Saiyans. You know, the Gohans, Gotens, all of them are on Hybrid Saiyans. So God Goku's still going to be very good in here as well. If you want to run him as a lead, you can make that work. He is stacking attack and defense. I mean, you guys know, it's God Goku. He's very crazy. If you don't have him, you could get away with bringing some other leads. But if you do have God Goku, even just bringing him on the team will be very useful because he's got type advantage. He's going to be doing a good amount of damage. He's got built-in additionals. Depending on how you have him built in a potential system as well, you can get some crits off with him. Yeah, he's going to be great defensively. He's got the guard. He's got the dodge. He is also orb changing, so he does randomly change key spheres of a certain type to physical, which is going to help out a lot because you're going to want to bring a lot of physical units on the team because that has type advantage in this fight. The enemy is int. So then he's going to be helping actually a lot of people out on your team because of the orb changing. And then, again, just him himself is a very good unit to bring. He does have the active skill. So if you do this, you're going to be doing an ass load of damage with this. But the condition is that, you know, turn 5 and you have to perform 4 or more super attacks. So unless you get, I mean, I guess the triple super turn 1 and then 1 super on the next turn. And then you have 1 turn after that. I guess that would be like turn 6. So then you might be able to get the active skill then. But that's such a niche spot, like you're probably not going to get it. So the active skill, probably not going to happen, but if you do get it, then you do go into Super Saiyan Goku. You know, he gets the guaranteed crits for the first couple turns. He gets super effective against all types. He's got the great chance to dodge. He's got additionals built in as well. So he's just going to be very good in here. It's just you're not going to see it. Very similar to the STR Goku. So a good unit to bring, but if you don't have him, it's really not that big of a deal. So next up, we have the Physical GT Kid Goku. So this guy is probably the worst lead on this list. He only leads Goku family for 150%, but it's an EZA event. You could definitely make it work. He's also a good unit just to bring on the team. He is Rainbow Orb changing. He gets a lot of stats per key spheres obtained. So if you're getting a lot of key spheres with him, he's going to do a lot of damage. And because he's got type advantage, yeah, he's going to be crushing this event. He's a pretty old unit. You can see 2021. So his kit isn't that like long. There's not a lot he's doing other than Rainbow Orb changing and then, you know, getting stats on key spheres. But he's still going to be good in here. Like I said, if you get the necessary key spheres with him, he's going to be impressive. He's got the active skill, which you're probably not going to get. You got to do 4 supers. But if you get lucky, you might be able to use it. And, you know, he's just going to be able to do a lot of damage. And then next up, we do have LR Beast Gohan, or LR Ultimate Gohan, whatever you want to call it. Now, you know, he was a bit of a fumble. He's not as good as he should have been, but in this event, dude, he's going to crush it. He's an LR. He's got type advantage. He's known for doing a good amount of damage, especially if you let him build up. So as long as you get lucky with Ki, which can be pretty easy, especially if you bring Physical God Goku, because like we mentioned, he is orb changing, specifically physical key spheres. So it's going to help this guy out a lot in terms of getting his super attacks off. And then you do all the damage with him. You get 24 keys, so then you get the additionals. Yeah, he can be very impressive. Mainly because he's got type advantage, but he's just a high damaging unit in general, right? And then also he does have the active skill. So what is the condition? It can be activated when all allies attacking in the same turn are superhero category allies starting from the 3rd turn from start of battle, or when facing only one enemy starting from the 6th turn. So if you're not using 3 superhero category allies, or I guess it's technically 2 if you get 2 of them on the same rotation as this guy, then you got to wait till turn 6 to use his active skill. But if you are running the superhero category allies and you get lucky with the rotations, you get both of them on the same turn as this guy, then you can just go ahead and pop the active skill starting from turn 3, which is going to be very easy to get. And then, of course, the active skill does hit reasonably hard. You know, you greatly raise attack temporarily, cause ultimate damage to enemy, and then disable one of the enemy's attacks. I mean, this doesn't really matter. The attacks aren't going to be doing that much damage anyway, but still, doing the active skill is going to be good because not only the damage you do from it, but then also it helps him build up this right here. So then he's going to be doing a lot of damage afterwards. So just a very good unit to bring. If you have him, definitely bring him on the team. And I guess he could kind of work as a lead if you really want to run mainly Hybrid Saiyans units and then a couple superheroes units. You could probably make it work as a lead. And then next up, we do have a free-to-play option. So we got the free-to-play version Z Goku. So this guy is very, very good for free-to-play units. Still one of the best free-to-play units in the game, which says a lot about how they handled free-to-play units recently because he's a 2021 unit. But yeah, he's a good support, so he's going to be making everyone on the team look a lot more impressive. He gets a lot of stats on super, so, you know, you slot him in slot 2, slot him in slot 3, he's going to be looking really impressive. He does also get the extra 3 key and 59% attack when attacking an extreme class enemy. You'll never guess we're facing an extreme class enemy, the INT Goku Black, so he's going to be looking a lot more impressive offensively, and he's just going to be good in here. He's got the active skill. You get it starting from turn 5, so at least for the first, I don't know, 10, 20 stages, you probably won't get the active skill, but once you get to stage, or once you get closer to stage 30, you might be able to finish the Goku Black off with this active skill, because you'll probably be getting to exactly like turn 5. So overall, a good unit to bring, and he's free to play. Now, I guess that pretty much has been the video. I feel like I kind of like beamed through these guys. I mean, there's not really much to talk about. They're just really good, right? It's Goku family units, so they're going to crush this event. I'm sure there's a lot of other units I didn't mention. There's, the Xeno Goku. He's a Goku family support, so he could be very good in here, and he has type advantage. There's also the Go Bros, which if you're on JP, you could probably run them as a lead. For Global, we don't have them EZA'd yet, so there's not really a point in running them. But on JP, if you have them and you got them EZA'd, you could definitely run them as a lead. I guess there's a couple other good units here and there. You got the physical Bardock, like I mentioned. We've got a couple Carnival LR Gokus. You got the Carnival LR Gohan. You got the Carnival LR Gohan, the one that just came out, the Future Saga one. So yeah, a lot of good options to bring. Again, Goku family is probably one of the best categories in the game, so this shouldn't really be that much of a struggle for most people. But I guess that pretty much has been the video. Let me know what team you're going to run down in the comments, or I guess who you're going to bring on your team. I know what team you're going to run. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.